Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the pYanodons playthrough. It's fantastic, Mr. Ghost. I'm just hanging out with my whale buddy over here. Oh, where's he going? Uh-oh, I better grab him before he flies away. I still have to pick the technology upgrades. What I'm thinking, don't hold me to anything, because I might change my mind in between episodes or whatever. I'm thinking I'll take that. Well, I'm going to go through all the technology upgrades before I start running science again, because that may change some things that make the base run better, but I'm definitely picking faster caravan, that one research I ran accidentally one time. And then I guess there's a conversion for it. So let's talk about last episode. Holy cow, I finally got advanced casting, and I got to put a radar over here. But this is a temporary build just to kind of get an idea of how it works, what's needed, and how big it is really, what I got to get the relationships down. Now, I want to build this on site with all the casting we're going to be doing in one area. And so I'm kind of looking at that as to, do I want to train the copper cable and, other things around, or do I want to train the Moltens to certain areas? Now, it's going to be a case-by-case basis from what I'm seeing. But for now, we got an advanced casting build, and I can put this under the test with the iron sticks. And here they are, the iron sticks. I'm really excited about this. And it's funny, I looked at the rate of production, and for some reason it's saying 20 a second, but I need 2 red belts. And I think that's because, well, what happened was it's 125 rods, boom, all at once. And the input gets jammed up until the red belt can export 125. So that's 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, right? So it takes a couple, red belts worth to get that out of there. So 2 red belts is 60. So that was 1, 2 plus a little bit more. That's crazy, man. That's what? 30, 60, 90, 120. That's 4 red belts out to clear this out instantaneously. Well, we didn't need to do that. We just didn't need to get it down to a certain amount so it starts to craft again, because it's all about keeping the machine running. And what was crazy was the output was jammed up. Even though the craft was done, we have the materials, yet we couldn't get them out fast enough with 1 red belt. So I thought that was kind of cool. So this is really nice to have. It's going to save a lot of iron resources. And really what we're looking at is, can we pack more into a train than, for example, bringing iron plate around. I think it's 1 iron plate to 2 rods, or I think it's 2 iron plate to 1 rod or something. And that takes a lot of train traffic to bring the iron plates constantly, right? So now we just bring a smaller amount of iron rods for a huge amount of coarse faction. And there's one big build I upgraded off screen. Let's take a look. Oh, zinc plate, you're going to get an upgrade, but for now, I have iron rods coming here. And these are really easy upgrades, and you want to talk about saving some power, right? It's idle power. And I had before a level 2 or Mark II machine, assembly machine, converting the plate into rods, and I put productivity and speed in there because I wanted to get more out of it, right? Well, the power on that's like 6 megawatts. Holy crap. So I pulled up, I would say, maybe 10 or more of these advanced assemblers at 6 megawatts apiece. And now we just got the rods from casting. Now we do have the advanced casting machines drawing power, but overall, it's a benefit, right? So now this is a big build right here. And then I also upgraded anything that had coarse faction that is right here. I have to fix this rail, but it's not a priority. So I took machines out. I had iron plate coming in and going to rods for a coarse faction. Why are you running? I wonder. Oh, you know why? I got Dingert food. As you can see, I got 100 now. So this is running here. Yep. So I was running out of food for my doggy. So anyway, I upgraded all of those machines to the coarse factions. All those are upgraded now. All right, over here by the acid gas build, well, the sulfuric acid build, I was able to repipe everything, so yeah, it was bugging me. So now what I have is a pipe coming off of the acid gas tank here. As you can see, it's kind of going down a little bit now. So the priority on the piping is working. So I'm directly transferring extra acid gas to here. And that was funny. I was listening to an older episode because I do that to see, well, was there a project I wanted to work on I just forgot about? So I write them down and then I knock them out in between episodes. So I was talking about consolidating the acid gas to here, and I totally forgot about it. So it's good to go back and listen to my old crap. So right here is the 80% valve. So this one is the other way where we drop to below, or 80 or below, I guess. So the acid gas here won't work. Ooh, look at this. We're building up. Oh boy. Well, luckily I've got a case here. So I might have to do some kind of a control. See, these things come up after the fact. You're like, what? Yeah, I forgot. This isn't going to run until this is gone. Ooh, so I may have to take that sulfuric acid out if that's the case. So what I'll do is I'll rework this system here because I want to stockpile the sulfur, you know, so I'll have a priority. Well, I could wire up a mini loader and export it to here, have TSM pick it up. So that's interesting, an interesting problem. Anyway, so the, what is it? Here, yeah, up here. So yeah, these will only work here. These acid gas machines here will only work if this runs out. That's the goal. And for you folks with mild or severe OCD, I fixed the solar power. It's nice and pretty. And as an added bonus to those with my mild or severe OCD, I fixed the water pumps. This is for me more than you, though, just so you know. All right, let's talk about these bees. Okay, I was looking at recipes and for animals. I'm looking for projects to work on off screen and upgrading the recipes and seeing if they're feasible. I was looking at cotton guts. Well, those things are so confusing, so I kind of gave up. But I noticed that we do have a better bee recipe. It starts off with, let's do the queen. I think this is the queen recipe here. Now, our little queen, with additional components here, we can get more eggs, 25. Now, currently, I think I'm using a 10 or 15. So, yeah, this is a huge increase in eggs. And then we can expand our archwood, venom. And I'd like to get science to, I want to increase the amount of science we're producing. So this will help. Now, the only caveat here, we have Yadles on the network. So train them in, done. And then we need the archwood honey, or where is it? Jelly. Archwood jelly. So right here, we use the bees, and the bees want to eat the BTX, Reyna, and carbon black. So the bees are petroleum-based kind of creatures, right? They like to have the petroleum-based stuff. The bitumen and all that. We give them crude oil, we get bitumen, and then we get the wax out of it. So it's pretty cool. Now, the BTX barrel we have all this stuff. I have Reyna on the network. Carbon black is simple. All we got to do is feed it some anthracene oil, which is part of the tar processing. I got plenty of that lying around, and then vacuum it. So all this can be done easily. Then we have the actual bees, which, obviously these are the drones. The queen uses them. And now what's interesting is it's 3 archwood nests. So the Vralk build will, luckily I upgraded that. Now I think that's about it. We have Red Hot Coke already, and this is 8 to 16 bees. So I'm going to spend some time upgrading that. But I think before, I might as well redo that whole build because it's a wreck, and it's a tricky thing because I don't want to waste any resources because I got wax there. So I might train the wax. I might temporarily save some stuff, and then I'll train it out. Use my train system to grab the stuff. All right, let's head down to our new ore processing site to the south, where the consolidation will happen. I've got some stuff to show you. And here we are. So I got started on the ore processing part. We've done this before way back, and I'm going to take a columned approach. It is a lot cleaner and a lot easier to work with. So in the past, let me go take a look at the iron one here. Speaking of iron, I redid the rail here. So now I have a long bypass all the way up. So the trains are forced to go this way for loading, picking up iron. And then these are service paths to deliver the hot air and pick up all this other stuff, drop off fuel. So, yeah, last episode, we got this done. I forgot to mention this. So in the past, what I've done is column, instead of row. And, it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. But what works better, I think, is the, doing it in a row. And that's what I've got here. So, and there's a lot of, I like this because it is more compact and it's more of a square build, but it's tougher to work with. Now, there are always caveats and pros and cons to every build style. And the con here is I have to belt like gravel, and then there's stone coming out of here. So we got stone and gravel. So I have to belt it to somewhere, right? Now, my plan was to build columns of these. I'm going to do rows and of each resource. That's my plan. So I can kick out all the waste to the back of the build. And then I'll have, since we're using sand for the casting, let's keep all this crap on site. So stone, I'm going to crush into gravel, then sand, and then the gravel, of course, to sand. I'm going to do that all on site. And then I have to have a TSM pickup just in case it builds up and there's too much, right? I don't know if it's going to, I don't know what the production is going to be. There's so many moving parts here. So hopefully this will help with the casting. If anything, I'm going to process everything down to sand. And what I'm hoping is to have the casting on, close by. If I have to train the casting over to the casting site, so be it. So yeah, that's one thing that I got to figure out. So anyway, this is all the crushing, jaw crushing and all that. And we've done everything up to here. This is all new. And this is the addition. So when I did the chem science, it was a chemical science researches. This is what we unlocked. And I haven't had to implement it until now, because there's so much going on. So this is what we'll do today. And I hope to get this in place. Then we got the sporopollenin. And, the reasoning behind this is I don't want to use the animal fat for the oleochemicals for this build. It's just way too much lard that we need for that. And I'd rather use the lard for those little micro builds that I have, which eventually we're going to get away from. I like this recipe, but it's just we don't have the module support right now. We need at least Mark IIIs to get this to be viable. At least that's what I've seen. Now, the plan is to do... I've moved some stuff around. I put some radars in. I got to get those megadars where it covers a huge area. So I'm going to get those. I have them in the thing, the hub. So all I do is plop one down somewhere and it covers a huge area. The problem is they consume a lot of power. But, we have power now. So the plan here today is I'll build the Reina out. It's going to go here. And then I'm going to belt that or pipe the oleochemicals over to the iron build. So it'll now I don't know. I'm going to go over the rail probably and leave this alone, this here block. So all the Reina here. Now I was thinking about I wanted to do iron to steel, steel to stainless currently. And then we have the super steel, which I have to implement. We have that unlocked. And then we get substations, which will help a lot with building. Now, the way I'm looking at it right now, based on what we have here in Hellmod, is we scroll all the way down. Well, not all the way down. Here. Right now, I have just under 1 red belt. So I'm going to change this actually to 5. I want to get the most out of this, right? And if the machines change, I'll redo this, but I want to see where we're at. So we're at 0.92 now. So let's go a little higher. Let's go 90. Okay, I'm okay with this here. So I'm going to go through and make sure I've got the machines that I need already placed here. So what I'm looking for is 1 red belt of iron in. And I'm going to use the whales to supplement this build, trains and whales, to kind of relieve the pressure off of the train network. Now, when it comes to steel, I'm going to repeat this iron build. But I'm going to factor it to what I have here. This is 3,000 a minute. We need steel for all this other stuff. This steel build will feed the stainless steel, though. And then anything remainder will go to casting the plate. And then we also have some other things we need steel molten for the casting of other things. I looked and there's a couple, but not many. So I'm going to do an iron build for steel because the way I got it here, and I broke it all down, it's a half belt, half red belt. So I'd rather have separate drop-offs. That way I can manage it easier and see how things are flowing. Sometimes it's good to separate things out. So now I got to look through this again. It's 1.2 here, so I think I've got 2. No, I got 1. See how it increased it. So now we have 2. So I'm going to go ahead and refactor this a little bit. Okay, at least I got that. So what I'm going to do is go through this whole build, make sure I've got everything. You know, if anything increased, it probably did. But I'll see. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the Reina up and running, and then the Ola chemicals. So the Reina build is not going to be tough. I'll show you what I got. I'm going to build that now. No, I'm not going to do a speed up for timing issues. So I'm going to do that. But when we get to the Ola chemicals, I'll hook that up. We'll get the Ola chemicals hooked in. And then I'll do a speed up on hooking this up. And then once this is done, this is going to open up some great things that we can do later on. Now, let me talk about this tin. Oh my God. So I went through it again, and luckily, it turns out I probably took a wrong turn in Hellmod. It doesn't require tin for tin. So I was a little bit worried about that, and I thought, you know, I'm like, I got to redo this thing. So here it is, and then I have the copper here. Copper is going to require the tin chromium alloy, so we have to have molten chromium for that, and that's here. So what I'm doing is I'm going into Hellmod, I'm breaking it out, and I'm storyboarding it. This is a lot easier than writing it down, and it's a lot easier than flipping between tabs in a Hellmod, in Hellmod. So, and then any extra or weird materials we need, like fluids, I'm going to put out here as a reminder. Oh, I got to do this. So, and then I got to storyboard it with a Commodore so I can just glance at it and go, okay, I need this and this. Now, I already have this fluid right here is on the network, I think, right now. Or maybe it's not. No, it's not. Because it's using this red fluid here in aromatics. This one here we got to do. So that's for the chromium. And yeah, so we'll work on that. So really what it comes down to is what do I need to build to get other things to build? That's what I'm working on. But good thing is, oh, and look at this. Ola freaking chemicals. Again! For this! I can't believe it. More Reina. Oh my God, they really want to kill us with this Reina stuff. And then this is the grease and all that, yeah. Okay, so yeah, good thing is I worked it out and the tin is fixed, I guess, or it's, you know, makes sense now. All right, let's get cracking. I'm going to get the Reina build. I'll show you what I got. All right, folks. It is done. Oh, what's this now? What we got going here? There we go. Oh, Reina. I gotta get seeds. So what I'm gonna, oh gosh, I forgot about seeds. So let's, I gotta put some, I ran out of long arm. I'm like, oh. All right, here it is. So let's run these down. Oh my God, this thing, I forgot that you have to have, 4 belts going around this thing. 1 belt for exporting and 1 for 2, basically. Luckily, it's all under a yellow. I think, it's under a yellow belt. But if I start seeing problems, I could put a red belt in. And, oh, another thing that I didn't realize is I have all this water here, well, that I don't need all this water, these water pumps, the pump jacks here, because 2 are for this right here. Now, let's see what we got. All right, up here, I tucked the spores over here, and this is the spore pollenin, right? Sporo pollenin, I think is what it's pronounced. And then we got the... It's interesting how we need refined syngas and lead with this here, biofactory. And then we get the oleochemicals. There we go. All right. So, oh, and yeah, it's going to take a while for the for this build to buffer. Yeah. Holy crap. I think, let's see, what do we got? These iron rods are gone. Oh, they're almost gone. All right. And what do we got? Coming iron rods. Good. All right. So I got my little double go. I'm going to go get some Marina to feed into this thing because I don't want to take the modules. And we'll fire this up. But I want to give it time to spin up to get all the materials in there. So I'll meet you in a second. All right, folks. Oh, boy. I don't know how much fertilizer this train had to bring. I think I got to up the amounts there, but I just want to get the build up and running. Okay. Good thing about Reyna is all I have is level 1 in the hub, so I don't have to worry about level 2s yet. That's a good thing, but yeah, it's a very bad thing too. All right, there's the seeds going. All right, folks, let's flow the Reyna seeds. There we go. I'm really... This goes to show you how crappy these Reynas are. Because we need just 2 little seed generators for all... I basically have 50 of these things. I rounded up. I can always put another one in here if I need to. And there we go. So I'll be troubleshooting this. Make sure all the inputs and outputs are right, or correct. Yeah. So we got the manure bacteria. Here we go. There's 1, there's 2. It's gonna take a while for this to spin up. And I made sure to have the Reyna seeds on this side of the belt here, where the fast inserter is, because you have to look at the recipe, and sometimes I forget to do this. The soil, well, it's a 100-second craft time, but Reyna seeds. Oh, wait a minute. Course faction soil is on this side here. Course factions here. Course faction is 8. Fertilizer's 3, so that's 11, and then we have 14. So, you know, I try to be cognizant of that sometimes, but this is such a slow recipe, it doesn't really matter. So there we go. I love these, how they get the little bug crawling around, little green bugs crawling around. I guess they're pollinating and helping to pollinate the Reyna flower. So there we go. All right, first thing done. Okay, now, yeah, this is going to take a while to spin up, but I have a feeling, oh, this is huge. This build is probably the biggest build I've done yet. Aside from the power, you know, oh look, we got Reyna coming down the line here already. Yeah, it's going to take a while for the seeds to get around, and then the Reyna to be going this way. So, let's see here. Yeah, so I had to make, you know, a bunch. It's always adjusting and moving and stuff as I go. That's why I didn't want to build this, you know, a speed up video. So I've got the, you know, the spores coming down here. I had to bump out, and this needs 8 Reyna and 8 spores. It's a 10-second craft, so it's, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't on that one. I could do a red underground and, you know, do the belt weaving. Or, yeah, I could do a yellow underground over a belt. And yeah, that's what I like about pYanodons. We got these huge machines, plenty of options for inserters, you know. So anyway, this one here, we're just waiting on the sporal pollenin. Sporal pollenin. Yeah, it says one of the most chemically inert biological polymers. There you go. But it'll be really nice getting the iron upgraded and the steel, iron to steel as well. That'll be huge. And I feel like that accomplishment will push me forward into the other crap that we got to do. Oh, I got to take this out here. All right. So that, oh, I refactored this now. I had to add one more of these automated strainers. Unfortunately, I had to add a ball mill, so it threw off the evenness, but that's okay because it's just 7. 4, 3, done. Who cares? And I had to add, oh yeah, and then I think I'm gonna take this one and this one out here. Okay, there we go. And so it's 2 water pumps, I think. We'll find out. If it fails, I'll just pop another one in. So this, it added another machine to the stage 1 pulp. And down here, I think I had to add another pressurized air. Not a big deal. Stage 3. I had to add one on the stage 6 and 5. I had to add one each, as well as this thickener. So I had to add another machine for that. And then, of course, the action furnace. So all that is refactored, you know, because obviously what's nice about Hellmod is you can do the pin, and then you get the blueprint. Whoops, I missed it. There we go. You get the blueprint. Oh, I love this feature. The best feature ever. That's why I love using Hellmod for the stuff. All right, so I'm going to let this spin up, and then once we get that sporopollenin, then we'll be good to go for the next phase, which is getting the iron up and running. Holy cow. Alrighty, folks, it's the moment of truth. I've been waiting for this to buffer up. They are all running. I can't believe it. It took a long time, these seeds. Oh, wow. They're still struggling. It'll get there, though. This finally buffered up here. So I wanted to save this for now, because it's the first time I've done the sporopollenin and the alchemicals. And you can see, well, now when we get better Reyna, oh my god, this is going to be a large saver. I like builds that, you know, you just supply. Well, it takes, you know, all the good stuff, you know. Oh, there we go. Boink. 60. There we go. Okay, now this machine, oh yeah, so it's 2, wait a minute. It's 2 machines. One doesn't run full time. I think it's the Reyna that slows it down. And there we go. We got it. Oh, okay, folks. The long walk of chemicals. Oh my gosh, here we are. Oh, what do we have here? Well, I decided to come over here and do the Xylenol. There it is. I have benzene and aromatics over here, so it makes sense just to put it here. So I'll train it over, and we need this for other things. And there it is. Xylenol. I got prod and speed in here, might as well, right? If it's gonna let me have it, I'm gonna take it. And there we are. And these are all waste products anyway. I'm not putting counters on this crap. Oh, here, I got this to take out. I saw that. Glad I saw that. Yeah, so we got plenty, you know, plenty of aromatics over here. And the benzene's, this is the only spot I have it. So, yeah, it makes sense to put it here. So we'll let that run. What is this, 50 a pop? Oh my gosh, it's going to take a long time to fill that up. But this is for our iron, and then iron for steel. All right, so that's done. And, oh, I piped up everything. Let me tell you. Piping is, I like doing the pipes and stuff. It's fun. Why is the, oh, coal slurry's going. Oh yeah, this was for a spin up on a creature. And so that's going. What is this? Oh, it's tailings for this. So, oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. I got 50. Yeah, all right, that makes sense. I'm like, wait a minute. So the train isn't come to pick it up. That's fine. So, yeah, the aromatics is way the heck over here. So, whoop, whoop, all the way down to here. There we go. Oh, where am I going? I don't want to go up to the hub. All right, so let's go back down here. I'll show you. I'm going to faff about with the rail here. And I got to pull these power poles out. I've got this thing here. I got to pull this out and put the radar in. So that'll be done. We got the whales over here. I got to program the whales. So I put this here as a reminder. And I have a case to just I want to, you know, get this thing up and running. I'll worry about doing the sand stuff because I'm going to take the gravel stone and turn it into sand right off the bat, you know, from here. So I'll work on that. And I'll get the rail in. I gotta move this thing. Look at this crazy stuff, man. This is insane. So here's the petroleum sulfonates, I think it's called. Crude oil. And I'm marking all the inputs here so I know where to pop the train in. So this is coming from, obviously, across the rail line. One item here for the sodium hydroxide. Just put this in now. So we got to bring these 3 fluids in. So that'll pipe in directly. Now what I'm gonna do for steel is I'm going to invert this, and I'm gonna have a separate whale for steel. I want to be able to, like I said, I want to be able to monitor these things. So over here, this is really crazy. So we got number 2 here, and I have another system way down here. This 6 pops out 2. Here it is. So that's why, you know, putting the machines out and storyboarding it helps. And then it helps you understand Helmut too, if there's weird stuff going on there. So 2 is here. Oh, I got kerosene. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. So that comes out. Now what I'm doing is I got the 3 stage coming out, and I'm connecting here. Three of these leaching stations here, and then it connects right here to number 4. So what I'm doing is I'm inverting the machine based on where the inputs are for the pulp. Oh, and I just realized I got a pressurized air right here. Oh no. Oh, okay. All I got to do is this. There we go. I didn't see that. I'm glad I did. I would have fixed it. So I got the pressurized air here. I got the oxygen coming from way over here, but I have the water over here, so oxygen's a gas, so it should be fairly, it's not, you know, I don't think there's any fluid dynamics in the game, you know, like viscosity or anything like that. So here's the pressurized air going to stage 5 and now 4, and then it's going over to stage 6, so I had to go up and around and over. And in some cases, I've got like 4 pipe sections here. So it's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, because I have to go around other pipe sections because there's so many bypasses. So 4 goes in, then 5 comes out here, connects to the, let's see, 5. Oh, wait, 4 is here. Yeah, then 5 is here and here. Then it connects to 6 here, 2 of them. And then the 2 goes back, like I was saying here. We've got the tailings, which we want, and then 6 pops out. 5 goes here. 6 goes to 7, and we have 2 of them. And then we got tailings coming out of this one as well. It connects here. And then let's see, this is, I can't see this now. What are you? Oh, this is 7 coming out here, connecting to 7 directly to our purified iron, or was it high grade iron? High grade. And then we got filtration, the fuel for the oxygen furnaces, and the, oh, hello. This has to go that way. I just saw that now. That's fine. I'll put that there as a reminder. And yeah, fuel. And here's the oxygen coming in here. Oh yeah, the oxygen started up because of the water. And so the output here for the molten iron, and then we'll train that out. So I got to set that up. So I want to get the rail in first, because that's, I always do that. I put the build in, then I put the rail in. You gotta be careful. You know, do the rail first, then put the build in. So here, yeah, we're gonna have an ash pickup here. It's gonna be very minimal, but we might as well get it. And so so here's the high grade iron belting in and in. Okay, so there you go. And that is good. So I'm going to put the rail in now, and then I'll slap this thing in. And again, the plan is to put it down low and have the rail, I'm going to go straight across as opposed to dipping down, because I want to put the iron here, the rail in the middle, and then I'm going to, and then the other thing I was going to say, since I'm here now, I was going to do the blueprint flipper and see if it works. So I'm going to flip it for the steel. Now, here's the problem, though. You know what? I might have to rebuild it, because steel is less than this here. So that's molten steel here. Now I'm doing 50, and you'll notice that, see how, oh, it's 1 point, yeah, it's a one machine. Oh, look, see, even this, 4 versus 7 on this for the iron. So it's going to be a smaller build, and I didn't break out the other crap here, the Reina, so I will do that. I'll work on this and do this. We'll get this done next episode, the steel. All right, so let's get this, I'm going to get the rail in, and we'll flow the trains. And the final ingredient. I forgot about borax. Oh, man, I'm kicking myself. Oh, well, I got it. And there it is. Oh, boy. I forgot about a lot of stuff. Molten iron. There we go, baby. Let's see what this is doing here. All right, it's cooking. It's going. So, yeah, we'll have 40,000. Oh, yeah, look at this. Oh, look at that. We have it. Yay. We got the processed iron. Is that what it's called? High grade. Ooh, yeah. We're in a new era with iron now. Yeah, this was quite a... I have... Okay, this stuff here is irritating me. So, Hellmod told me... I think it was 7. Well, I had to add 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So I don't know what's going on with that. But so I dotted them all over to see what kind of count I need. And I'll redo this. I'll clean it up. So I just got to get it. I want to get it up and running to see what's going on. Look at all this stuff. Oh, and then I forgot. I forgot this. Centrifuges for the grade 1 pulp. Oh, stage 1 pulp. Luckily, I had enough room up here to patch it in. I'm kicking myself for that. Oh, my God. So it ended up working out, though, because this, the unslimed iron comes out here, and I'm belting it here, and it will block the slimed iron, which I think it might be a... Well, it doesn't matter which one goes first or second. You know, it really doesn't, because this stuff will... If the stage 1, if the slimed iron blocks this, it'll clear it out, and then this will start up again. So it's not a big deal. So right here is where I screwed up, and this is the unslimed right here. So yeah, let me put that in. Oh, it's 2. Okay. Now if it's funny because it comes up here. If I drop it down, okay, now it's good. All right, if you drop things down, it does funny things. So let's look at the back end of it. Yeah, look at this. It's 5, 2, 2, 4. and 6. Holy cow. And so a lot of this stuff is going to be overbuilt a little bit, maybe. Oh, no, I think that's okay. I think these are fine. Some of these. The water is at 3, so I might have to do a water there. 2 of those, that's fine. This is pretty cool, though. I like this. This is pretty tricky to work with. I got to gap these out a little more because I only got 1 tile. So I got to drop this down here to the next space, you know, because I need room to get to this port here, which kind of screwed me up on the sulfuric acid because I would have... Oh, no, this xylitol here. Yeah. What's going on with xylitol? Oh, is it coming? Oh, I had a weird thing with the xylitol. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. The train couldn't get out. It was no pathing. And so this doesn't... I've never had a problem with benzene. And as you can see, I had to go up 1 more tile. But I sent the train up, and then I, you know, put it on automatic, and it went because I sent it further up manually. I don't know what's going on. And you can see here, it's got plenty of room. Something got weird. I don't know what happened. It just all of a sudden started no pathing. And then I had to put chain signals here because I had a signal here. Because the trains butted up together. That's why I like to send all the trains all at once, because you find signaling issues there. So that is a thing. Okay, well, I'm happy with it. I forgot the borax. Now I'm worried about the borax because I use this size train. So I think I'm gonna go over to the borax. I'm gonna put a LTN, or you know, an arithmetic to count, because I'm having, every time I set something up, that's gonna be a problem, and it's used in all the metallurgy, so, and some other things. So anyway, wow, oh my god, this is done already. I'm so happy with this. Now how's this? Yeah, oxygen's having a problem. Okay, now I think it's a little over 1. Let's add a water here. So let's see. That's plenty of water there. Well, it's saying 3, so let's go ahead and hop 1 in. Anyway, yeah, that one isn't supposed to be running full time anyway. That other oxygen furnace, yeah, it's 1.2, so that's what that's based on. But I want to put that water pump in anyway. So wow, this thing is cranking. I love it. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. It doesn't have to be here. It could be anywhere. And I could pop up... well, I could draw it down and go into this area. And I can do the processing down here. And since I'm doing steel and everything here, I was actually thinking about doing a pure sand build. So I could take the stone, you know, and gravel, crush it down to sand, and then do a pure sand build, and then train that to the advanced casting, right? And then use that over regular sand. So I'm just trying to think about, you know, ways to save on train traffic and, you know, process materials better. So it'll complicate the build a little bit because I have to prioritize. I have to deliver the pure sand as well as sand just in case there's not enough here. I have a feeling, I mean, you get so much crap out of here. But if I process the pure sand completely, that would be a pretty cool thing. I'd like to try it at least, you know. And I'll get the whale done over off screen here. Okay, well, at least the rough draft here, I'm happy with it. And I'll show you what I do in the next episode. We'll work on steel. And that whole thing is going to shrink. The oleochemicals and everything is going to shrink down. So for that. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.